How you go to jail for obstruction?
You get me?
Obstruction is a physical thing.
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name and badge number?
This NFL player knew the law better than these clueless cops, and they quickly realized they had messed with the wrong person. Today we're diving into some of the worst moments when corrupt officers picked the wrong fight.
We're going to see what the federal court got to say about it.
Okay. You have that right?
Oh, absolutely I do.
On February 24th, 2024, the Garden of Eden Foundation held a charitable event at which hundreds of people drove high-end cars to support the cause. During the rally, an Okeechobee sheriff's deputy pulled over one of the participants.
I got you going 63. It's a 35 through town. All you guys are hauling ass down the road because you got your Stanley.
Sorry,
you know what y'all are doing.
No,
yeah, you do.
It was a speed limit.
You got your license?
Her license?
Yeah, her license too. I'm required. Everybody in the car. So you're going 63 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone.
I apologize. We didn't realize there was a speed limit with the reduction because he was faster over there.
10-4, the blue Lamborghini right in front of you and the other one that just pulled in. These other cars, I don't know how fast they were going. Stay in the car.
After 10 minutes, the female deputy wrote a speeding ticket and went over to give it to the driver. However, by this time, a massive crowd had assembled, and among them was former NFL Hall of Fame and Super Bowl champion Warren Sapp.
Alright, come over here. Alright, I'm giving you a citation, okay? 63 and a 35. That's unacceptable, man. That's almost double the speed limit.
Like I said, we're part of the rally. We're having fun,
you can be part of the rally or you can live in town. I completely understand, but going almost double the speed limit's a little unacceptable.
No, like you said, he was a faster speed over there. And then
you can take it to court. I don't mind going to court. It's my job. Alright?
Is this a point?
Yeah. Unless you want to fight it, you're more than welcome to. Alright? But it's a $248 ticket.
But this is points though, right?
Yes.
But if you do the traffic school, it takes the points off. Okay?
So I have a clean license, right?
It doesn't matter. I understand
kind of worth
like
at least the consideration.
With the amount
how many of us?
With the amount of traffic, I'm trying to educate you, man. And with the amount of traffic that's coming through town,
63 is not double 35.
The law gentleman got this.
63 is what I got.
Warren finally appears, objecting to the ticket given to the individual. As the traffic stop is over, he can say anything he wants, but these dumb cops are about to escalate the situation.
That's not double 35.
Go ahead and take it to court because it's on my body camera. Okay, but you're almost double. Okay, but you're going over the speed limit.
I got that, but you said doubling the speed limit.
Okay.
You didn't double the speed limit.
Okay, well I got it. Okay, well I got it, and I wrote for what I got was 63. Okay, so I said what I said, but I didn't write him for double, did I? I wrote him for
no, but what you're saying is incorrect.
Well, just for future reference, through this
You'd like to be correct, that's all. Exactly. No, I'll stop at what?
You guys have
no, what? What you telling me to do what? What you mean, stop what?
Are you serious?
You want to go to jail today?
Say that shit.
63, but I don't know.
Would you like to go to jail for obstruction?
You get me?
Obstruction is a physical thing.
Would you like to go to jail for obstruction?
Obstruction is a physical thing.
Would you like to go to jail?
The superstar was simply minding his business, exercising his constitutional right, but the officer, feeling their ego being bruised, did something shocking.
You do know that, right?
I know the law.
Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically?
You're obstructing her from doing her job.
What did I physically do? It's a physical action.
No, you're not either.
Obstruction is a physical action.
If you don't see your name,
not freedom of speech. You know, that's constitutionally protected, right? Yeah, that's right. What's your name, guys? 588.
If you don't give me your name during an investigation, that's obstruction.
What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Coon Fair, 734.
Coon Fair, 734.
Yeah.
Detained for what?
I'll take that.
Just like that, Warren Sapp was arrested for obstructing official business and was handcuffed. This blatant violation of rights was about to get even worse. The case progressed.
What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? I'm listening. What am I being detained for? Please report. What am I being detained for?
We got cameras in that. You got.
No, hey, is it rolling?
Everything's rolling, yep.
I got you.
Audio, video,
You
recording.
ain't gotta hold me that hard, brother. I'm right here. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just standing here. Why you gotta grab me like that? What am I being detained for?
I'll explain that in a second, sir.
This is affecting the arrest.
This is a detainment.
No, you're applying force right now.
No, I'm not.
Still ain't answered about the detainment, sir.
You're being detained, and I'll answer that in just a second. What are you detaining?
Hold on. No. Wait. This is gonna be fun.
Everyone needs to step back.
You need some tape, don't you? There you go. You know this is force, right? 1983 lawsuit. Deprivation of rights under the color of law. I haven't done anything. Not a thing.
Turns out, Warren knows far more about the law than these incompetent officers. They had no reasonable articulable suspicion for the arrest, and they still did not know who they had just taken into custody.
Hold on. He's going to answer that for us, right, officer? Why are you arresting? You know it's illegal for you to watch him do this. Yeah, I am. Right? This is force.
Watch him do it.
Absolutely. What am I being detained for?
Until I can get your name, that's what we're going to do. You're being detained.
What am I being detained for? Hold on. You didn't explain it. What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for?
Okay, I was talking.
No, I'm asking. What am I being detained for? I can resist the unlawful arrest, but I'm not. On Supreme Court, I have handcuffs on me, and you haven't told me why am I being detained. Why am I being detained? I can stand right here. I'm not being detained. I'm being detained. I'm just standing here. Why would I get out of your car?
Because I'm surrounded by about 20, 30, 40 people. It's not a safe situation.
It's a safe situation. Ain't nobody doing anything.
Obstruction requires a physical act, but these officers tried to twist Warren's freedom of speech into an obstruction charge. These tyrants desperately need a refresher on the Constitution.
Talking to two other officers. I don't have to answer. I don't have to answer you. I'm not getting in that car. Why am I getting in that car?
Stop pushing it. Stop resisting. Get back.
That's all I want to know. Where's the
Sit
supervisor?
down.
Can I get a supervisor?
Sit down.
Can I get a supervisor?
Sit down.
That's you?
You have anything in your pockets?
I don't consent to any searches.
Well, you are detained.
I am being detained for what? Where's the supervisor? Please?
Stand up.
Please? No, I'm good, right? You told me to sit. You told me to sit, I'm going to sit.
Stand up.
You told me to sit, I'm going to sit.
Stand up.
Can you get a supervisor, please?
Stand up.
Can I get a supervisor, please?
Stand up.
Can I get a supervisor, please?
It is mandatory for the police officers to call for a supervisor when asked. However, these dumb cops even ignored this request as they went on to lock him up in the back of a police cruiser.
Stand up.
Brother, I don't consent to any searches.
You are detained.
For what?
Because you obstructed.
For what?
Incident to arrest.
Who?
Incident to arrest.
What is that?
Search you.
What is that? You said I'm being detained. I'm asking you, why am I being detained?
I already told you why.
Why?
You
Because I
obstructed.
didn't give you my name?
You need to give
You
us
said
a name.
because I didn't. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I have the right to
When
remain
I ask you
silent.
to leave
Sir,
and move back, you do not.
Sir, none of that was asked to me.
Stand up. Stand up. I need to stand up.
Give me a supervisor,
All right,
please.
you're under
Give me a
arrest.
supervisor,
You are under
please.
arrest.
I'm in the car.
Stand up.
I'm already in the car.
Stand up.
I'm already in the car, sir. Can I get a
Stand
supervisor?
up. I need to search
Can I
your
get a supervisor, please? Can I get a supervisor, please? Can I get a supervisor, please? He asked me to sit in the car, so I sat.
Hi, brother. What's going on, man? I asked him why am I being detained.
He wouldn't give me his name. That's obstruction.
Eventually, a sergeant arrives and calmly speaks with Warren, even allowing him to search. But it is only then that another officer finally recognizes who he is.
I don't have any weapons.
Can't really hear you.
I don't have any weapons, sir. I don't have any weapons.
We need you to scoot in as much as you can, all right?
Can I sit right here? I'm not going to
You have his camera? I gave it there. Oh, good. That'll be evidence.
I don't have a lot of snakes. They made for a big guy, and they did nothing against the law.
That seat's annoying, sorry. I can't help it.
I did nothing for nobody.
Right. What is it? It's all right. Just let it go.
Whose car is this?
I don't know whose car this is. This is my car.
You know who he is?
What?
Who is that? That's Warren South. Who? That's Warren South. Okay, well he wouldn't give me his name. Yeah. That's Warren South. NFL player. Oh, good.
Turn on your air back to us. So you don't get mad. Hey, what is going on?
All right.
Let me put my air on before he gets upset.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
If a well-known celebrity is treated poorly like this, you can only guess how ordinary, normal citizens are treated by these officers in this country. A female officer then escorts him to the police station.
Now, you're not gonna let me speak to the supervisor.
I've just tried.
He's not.
Okay, I was told.
And you said what?
I was told to take you.
Said what?
I was told to take
And
you.
you said what?
You already spoke
what
to
is
that
my
guy.
charge?
Okay.
What is my charge? What is my charge? Please.
696.
I'm observing my government official at work, and they arrest me for obstruction. I asked a question.
You did, and I'm just transporting you.
Give me your name. I'll give you my name.
You don't have to, and that's fine.
That's what he arrested. That's what he grabbed me for, baby.
Okay, well, you were also arguing at that point.
Arguing what?
With me.
No. We was just having a discussion about you saying double.
Okay, and I wrote him
it wasn't
for.
double.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, and that was an easy discussion.
And it was, and I told you, but then you kept going. Okay.
Now, it's good to see that the former Super Bowl champ knows his rights and is also vocal about them. The officer who arrested him should be fired. Blatant abuse of power.
Are you a law enforcement officer?
I am, absolutely.
What law did I break?
And you want to know what law I enforce? I enforced the traffic stop that I was working on. Okay. And what happened after you? Good.
You said doubling the speed limit.
Cool, but I wrote him for what he went. And then the arresting officer. Okay.
That you did something wrong.
I'm arguing for.
Just said it wrong. That was all.
Okay.
Did y'all stop that body cam?
This is still rolling.
No, mine.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to use that. I don't want to mess with it. Come here, bud. Right here.
I just asked what law, bro.
I know, it's right there.
That's all I asked. What law,
Okay.
bro?
All right.
That's easy.
Are you going to give me your name or no? Okay. He's not going to give a name, so put him in a cell until he wants to give you a name.
And at this point, the officers now realized who they arrested. The same sergeant who initially refused to talk to Warren now rushed into the detention center in order to speak with him. Realizing their huge mistake, these cops were now scrambling to fix it.
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, definitely not going to argue with you.
You'll have your day in court. I understand that. So.
Oh, no, because I just had my rights violated. Your officer said to me, do you want to go to jail? First thing he said out of his mouth to me. I said, excuse me? What's your name? So I laughed. Because I do have a right to remain silent, right? I have the right, Fourth and Fifth Amendment, right?
Yes, you absolutely have a right to remain silent. But you don't have the right to interject yourself into an investigation.
Interject myself?
Yeah, were you in the vehicle that had been stopped?
No, sir.
No.
I mean, his body cam was on and everything, right?
Correct.
That's all I need. All the officers that was there, body cam and all that good stuff. And
yeah, it'll all be in there. And
the 1983 deprivation of rights, my first, my fourth, and my fifth.
Yeah. Warren quickly called out the officer's mistake, leaving him fumbling for pathetic excuses. Somehow, people attending a charity event were considered threatening. The former NFL star wasn't going to let go of this without a fight, and he made his intentions very clear to the sergeant. A massive lawsuit was headed their way, and they knew it. Shortly after, Warren was released and the charges were dropped, all thanks to his celebrity status. Despite this, he filed a civil rights lawsuit, demanding $20 million in damages from the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office. As the lawsuit begins, we hope that the corrupt deputy who arrested Warren will also be held accountable. Now moving on, here is another instance where an officer was owned as she messed with the wrong auditor.
You claim to defend women, and I feel like now you're harassing me.
In December of 2024, First Amendment Auditor Leroy visited the Union City Police Department to investigate allegations of nepotism and corruption in handling pistol permit. Wasting no time, he directly confronted the police chief's wife.
Some questions for Michelle Zerone there. Can I ask her? I need to ask her some questions. Oh, hey there. Ask some questions. Good you got your body cam on, for that. And some questions about, number one, the gun permit situation. Now, you're married to Chief Ficini, and is that correct?
So do you want a gun application form on how to do it?
Well, I want to know what kind of collusion.
Work-related.
I want.
Is it work-related?
But this is absolutely work-related. I want to know if you're in collusion with your husband on who to give permits to, or who. Hold on, I'm not done talking. Who to give gun permits to, and who to deny gun permits to.
You claim to defend women, and I feel like now you're harassing me.
Oh, so now you're a sergeant, police sergeant, and you just said because you're a woman, you're a police sergeant. I don't look at you as a woman or a man. I look at you as a police sergeant.
Michelle Zerone, the police chief's wife, wasted no time playing the victim card, trying to paint herself as a victim of harassment by the auditor.
Anything work-related.
So listen, she just pulled female harassment because I'm asking her a question of nepotism and possible collusion between her and her husband when it comes to gun permits.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You can try and apply and see how it works.
I already have people.
It goes through the state police.
No, I don't need it.
Once you need it, here you go.
No, I don't want it. I already have people who have told me, and they're alleging that you're in collusion with your husband, Chief Anthony Ficini. This is Sergeant Michelle Zeron Ficini. That you're in collusion with him, and you decide who's going to get them and who doesn't together, which is a major conflict of interest.
Leroy made some bold claims, and Michelle's reaction spoke volume. Corruption was likely happening in the department. Instead of answering, she chose to walk away.
There's no Detective Contreras here.
All right, so what was her name? The woman that had an argument with you and you got really upset and you told your husband to remove her from the record room? There was someone in the record room here that I was told was just that you just had removed because you had a mean girls fight with them.
Is there anything else I can help you?
Well, that's my question.
Okay, then that's not work related.
Of course it's work related. It's someone who is in this office working with you. So can you believe? Then she walks away, and she's a coward like her husband. And then she just pulled this out of thin air. Disgusting. She needs to go. Chief Ficini needs to resign. Sergeant Michelle Zeron Ficini needs to resign. The corruption here is so deep, and of course, Mayor Brian Stack needs to resign.
As if walking away wasn't enough, the cowardly officer pressed the panic button, summoning police backup, all because of a guy with a camera.
Her as a female, I had a question for her, and she says, "Oh, you say you support women, you're harassing me, you're harassing the female." No, you're a police officer. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, I'm asking you questions as part of your duty. Hey, did they call the whole gang up here now? Hey.
I don't know. That's how you doing, right?
Good. Hey, good.
So if it's anything having to do with the record,
what a liar.
I will help him. But if he's gonna come here and harass me, then I don't.
That's not harassment.
Okay.
Sergeant.
Is it about business?
Absolutely, it's about business. Of course, it is. I'm an investigative journalist, and so I'm not going to get into it with you, but I have very very important questions. I needed answers as to that. There's allegations that her and Ficini, they collude. And Ficini, let me see this below because you all see this video.
One of the responding officers happened to be a good friend of Leroy's and knew he was a serious journalist. Leroy made his case, making it clear that he had done nothing wrong.
So there's an absolutely relevant business here. And for her to claim harassment is disgusting. I mean, it's just absolutely off the wall. And she's trying to play this harassment card now. So that shows me she's hiding things, obviously. Otherwise, she would have just answered. She could say, hey, this never happened. Even though I've had a number of people come to me and say that they've been unlawfully denied gun permits because of the collusion and conflict of interest between Sergeant Zeron Ficini and Chief Ficini.
So
they
they
do it
feel
together.
that for some apparent reason, their applications aren't getting the attention that they deserve?
Yeah, because they're in collusion with each other.
Other girls?
No, I'm going to honor you because I believe the office is just closed, so I'm going to honor that. So I was done. I mean, I was leaving, but when I saw you all here,
And if you want to, next time, there's other girls there that can help you out.
well, but
And
she's
they're competent. They're really good.
all right, but she's the one who has the answers because she's the one accused of corruption. So I'm not going to ask someone else in there about her corruption. I'm going to ask her.
She might be in her feeling,
She's not, you're not Phoenix police. She's not Phoenix police.
we're not, yeah.
She's a public official, and I have the right to ask her as an investigative journalist. Yeah.
Moving on, this ignorant police officer went up against this fearless auditor, only to make a joke out of himself.
And what law is that? That's my facility.
I'm willing to go to jail to defend my rights.
What rights do you have?
Police officers are often criticized for breaking the very laws they swear to uphold. Today we will look at cases where corrupt cops realized they were being recorded and instantly went on a rampage. Stay tuned until the end because the last case will leave you stunned. On August 6, 2023, a First Amendment auditor was filming outside of the Durham Regional Police Station when 4 officers came over to him and immediately started to intimidate him.
Can I ask what we're doing here?
Just taking some pictures for you.
Of what though?
Everything I can
Police
see.
facility?
Everything I can see.
The property. And there's a lot of things that happen here that are police related that can't be on the news and such.
What law is that?
That's the general law. It's trespassing.
What law is it?
It's a general law.
So me filming in there is trespassing?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
O'Connor.
And your name?
Higgins.
What's your name, sir?
Quigley.
Your name, sir?
Clippertons. You guys agree with what he just said? I'm not allowed to film whatever I could see from public?
In a private facility? No. In a police facility? No.
Whatever I can see from public, I can film, sir. Are you guys gonna back him up on that, or?
The auditor was filming a public building and had every right to be there, but Sergeant O'Connor, who clearly had no clue about the law, was set to make things incredibly tough for him.
Free to go? Am I being detained?
No.
I'm free to go, right?
Yes.
Then I'm free to stay as well, right?
Well, and we'll stay right here with you.
It's a good use of your time.
No, it's very good use of our time.
Oh,
Still private property in the visitors parking.
it's visitors parking.
Still private property.
Trust me, I've been through this with many other departments.
Okay.
You want to keep going this way, I recommend not to, bro.
I don't care. I'll stay in here as long as I have to.
I know all my laws and all my rights.
Do you?
Yeah. You standing here is just making yourself look like, a bad guy. What are you doing?
Not really.
You know what he's talking about. First he told me I can't film in there and that it would be trespassing. Now you're saying that I can, but you're just gonna sit here.
You can't film within our facilities.
Are you gonna arrest me if I do, sir? Okay, then I can.
The officers knew he wasn't breaking any law, yet instead of moving on, they wasted taxpayer dollars, continuing to intimidate a man who knew more about the law than all of them combined.
Be more professional.
I'll be professional when you leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Trust me, I'll be here long before you leave.
Is there something you're looking for in particular?
Because I feel like I'm being threatened.
No, you're not being
I'm
threatened.
being harassed.
We're having a conversation,
My
right?
Canadian right to film in public, whatever I can see from public, including private property. That's my Canadian right. I can do that. I don't have to answer any of your questions. I don't have to cooperate in your little investigation here. I don't have to do any of that. I'm glad your body cameras are on, and you might learn a lesson here today. You might get a little bit educated. Next time you see somebody out filming, maybe go up to them and say, hey man, how's it going? Beautiful facility, huh? Would you like to take some pictures of my squad car?
Sergeant O'Connor proved to be the most clueless of them all. He kept asking ridiculous questions and got schooled by the auditor, who completely took him to the cleaners.
Still back. So if I film in there, what are you going to do? You told me I can't do it. You said it's common law, quote unquote. Yes, common law, I can't film into your facility.
Yes, because there's police techniques.
Am I breaking common law right now? I'm zooming in. Am I breaking common law right now, sir?
In my mind, yes.
Okay, and what law is that?
That's my law. That's my facility.
Would you like to arrest me, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay, then what are you trying to accomplish here, bud?
Nothing. I'm standing here with you.
I'm willing to go to jail to defend my rights.
What rights do you have?
I have the right to film in public. Just like I can lay a pray mat out right here and pray to Allah. I have that right. That's my Canadian Charter rights. I have the right to call you jackass and give you the middle finger.
Yes, you do.
That's Canadian Charter rights, Section 2.
Turns out the sergeant doesn't care about citizens' rights. After making a fool of himself, he shamelessly continues to lie about everything.
Body camera footage, then that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. Anything you guys conspired before walking up to me, anything you conspire after, I'll have all of that. So don't mute it. Appreciate it. That's another Canadian right of mine.
What's that?
The freedom to your information.
Yeah, Freedom of Information Act, yeah.
You want me to leave?
Yes.
Yeah, why?
Because I don't like you filming the police station.
Well, you're at work right now, right?
Yes, I am.
Under the color of law? Am I breaking the law?
No.
Then why do you want me to leave?
Because I don't feel the need for you to be filming a police station when there's police techniques that are involved.
That has nothing to do with you.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
I work here. It does.
That has nothing to do with you. I can be on this public easement all I want. Why don't you just leave me alone, Higgins?
The officers weren't just intimidating a law-abiding citizen, they were also disrupting traffic, forcing cars to cross solid lines.
Find all of this back and see all the things that you tried to tell me at the beginning of this interaction that weren't true and that were unlawful. And you're trying to tell me, you're trying to bully me away from me. Yeah, you were. You were. Yeah. You thought that I didn't know my rights. You thought that I wouldn't know what I was talking about. You thought that I wouldn't know.
Don't care if you know what you're talking about.
You picked the wrong one today, O'Connor.
Sounds like they're called to restrain somebody. I heard that they reported
I would suggest you go back to work. Seems like that guy just committed a traffic violation.
Which one?
It's on the silver right there.
What did you do?
You got it on camera.
What did you do?
How long until you guys just do the walk of shame and realize I'm not going to go anywhere? It could have been the walk of honor. If you came and, gave me some respect and told me what I'm doing isn't illegal and I can film in there all I want, I would have told you my name. I'm going to look that up. I'd probably file my own complaint on you.
For what?
For giving me unlawful orders.
Did I tell you to leave yet? Have I asked you to leave? Have I told you?
Did you tell me if I film in there it's breaking the law?
I said it's
yes, you did.
common law, yes. Because
Thanks.
there's police techniques.
Keep talking.
That can't be
You have the right to remain silent, O'Connor. Keep talking yourself into a hole. You have the right to remain silent, brother. Please, exercise your Canadian rights.
The sergeant must have realized he had made a huge mistake beefing with this auditor, but things were about to get even worse as he started to make fun of the corrupt cop.
You have anything to drink tonight, sir?
Have you?
Are you okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
You need medical help?
No. You seem like you're a little offside, but...
Yeah. All right, O'Connor. So what's next? What are you going to tell me next?
Nothing. You're staying out.
You're going to suggest that I'm a little lopsided, I'm a little drunk, and you're going to try to arrest me? Huh?
So I'm asking you back.
What's next here, O'Connor? You know what?
I am the sergeant. I am the sergeant.
You are a sergeant?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate. Can I request your supervisor, O'Connor?
No. Chief isn't working today.
There's nobody above you on right now?
No.
You got stripes on that? You got stripes on that?
Yeah, I do.
All right. That's, wow. How did that happen? You don't even know the basic Canadian Charter rights.
The officers were now bullying the auditor as they stood right in front of his camera, blocking his view and refusing to leave him until he decided to go.
Do you want anything in particular? Just answer the question.
You enjoy the rest of your shift.
All right. Just stay off the property, man.
You guys go kick snow.
All right.
Okay?
If you need something particular, you let us know. Okay.
You have a good shift. Bye, O'Connor. Told you leave before me.
Apart from the sergeant, the other officers eventually leave the scene and the auditor. They all turned off their body cams, but Sergeant Higgins forgot to mute his, accidentally recording everything they said in private.
Hey? Sorry? No, there's nothing. He's not doing anything in violation. Well, that's up for debate, I guess, right? I don't know.
So if I sat outside of his place and videotaped his place, his cars, that's
I don't know. But I'm trying to find a definitive answer and nobody's picking up here.
Every car that comes through here, he's picking up. You can go sit out at your place and sit there for your car.
Yeah, he's across the road. Yeah, he's just being a goof. But Grego won't let go. But, I mean, Grego won't let go. I'm just saying it's not worth our time. Like, just let's go.
Despite the cops realizing that he wasn't breaking any law, they kept questioning him and wasting his time. To make matters worse, O'Connor stuck around acting like a 9-year-old child.
I'm making sure you're safe. You're part of the community, you said, so I'm making sure you're safe. That's what I'm doing. I want to make sure you're safe. So I'm going to stand where I can make sure that you're safe.
Please stop coming up to me. I'm safe.
I'm making sure you're safe.
On the public, yes.
I have to make sure you're safe.
One thing clear for the camera.
Sir, you are part of the community. I am making sure you're safe. You are standing too close to the roadway. I'm afraid of you getting hit by a car. So I'm making sure you're safe. I'm a very visible presence. So I'm making sure that you are safe.
Please have a nice day, sir.
I gotta make sure you're safe. I'm not. I'm making sure you're safe because you're part of the community.
Stop harassing me.
You're part of the community, so I'm making sure you're safe.
This is exactly why there is a huge gap between law enforcement and the public. Sergeant O'Connor failed in his duty, choosing to harass and intimidate the auditor instead.
You guys are killing me.
Sorry?
What's your name, dude?
It's not funny, Higgins.
What's your name?
It's not funny.
Why don't you just tell me what you need?
My name, leave me alone.
I know, but this is getting a little ridiculous.
Just go away. I won't be too much longer. I'll film a little bit longer. Maybe I'll leave.
What do you want to film in particular? That's what I'm asking. Are you looking for something in particular?
Come up more professional next time and I'll give you an answer. Don't come up like this guy. Maybe you should have led the conversation, Higgins.
Just be careful, okay? Don't get
Higgins, please get him out of here. Like
Higgins, you
seem like a good guy, man. Get your
he's an adult in the sir. He can make up his own mind.
Like a good guy. Now show it.
Anyways.
Get this guy away.
Is there anything you need? If there's something you need, ask. Okay?
I told you what I need.
This was an officer's ego at its worst. He escalated a simple issue and ended up humiliating himself with these pathetic tactics.
Greg was an adult, so just saying he wants to do it. I heard that, dude. Yeah, man.
If I didn't say you were going to leave before me, you would have probably left by now. But because I said that,
no, I'm here to make you feel safe.
You can't take that
I'm here to make you feel safe.
You just can't leave.
I'm just making sure you're safe. That's all I'm doing. We leave at the same time. I'm fine with that. We're good. I'm just got to make sure that you're safe.
You just can't do the walk of shame, huh? You tried to come over here and bully me around, didn't work. I was scared to walk away.
I'm here to make
You're gonna stay here and hopefully you get something on me. Well, guess what? It's not gonna work, O'Connor.
I'm making sure you're safe. That's what I'm doing.
So what's gonna make what? You said I'm too close.
Well,
what if I step back?
If they come back.
What do you want me to do that will make you, feel me more safe?
Off the roadway, that would be
if I step back, you're gonna leave me alone.
Yeah, if you step back and then you're safe, and then you don't come back up here, because then if you come back up here, then I gotta come back and make sure you're safe.
So if I walk down there, right there.
Sure, step back.
Then you'll leave me alone, right?
That's on a hill, so don't do that because you might fall and hurt yourself.
Almost an hour had passed, yet the sergeant still refused to leave the auditor alone, completely neglecting any real police work. It is ridiculous how taxpayer money is funding this ego trip.
No, I want to make sure that you're safe.
You can't just let his ego go.
I don't have an ego. I just want to make sure you're safe.
You have the biggest ego. I've filmed hundreds of cops. Hundreds.
I just want to make sure you're safe. That's all I'm doing.
You have the biggest ego I've ever seen by far.
Okay. I'm just making sure you're safe. That's all I'm doing.
But you're really not.
No, I am. Because I'm a bigger presence.
That's why you came out here to begin with?
Well, I wanted to see what you're doing, what you're filming. What was the purpose of it?
For my safety at the beginning.
Well, no, because you were standing off the back of the road. You were standing way far back, but now you're real close.
Now that I knew my rights and didn't let you bully me, now you want to say.
No, you still don't know your rights, but you were further back from the roadway, so I was okay with that. But now that you're walking on it, you don't know them all, no.
Now, realizing that the sergeant was completely unhinged, the auditor decided to wrap things up. The situation had become frustrating and downright embarrassing with every passing minute.
Do you feel safe right now?
Have a good day, O'Connor.
Are you good?
Have a good day, O'Connor.
Are you safe?
Take a walk, O'Connor. Kick snow.
Are you safe?
Your fingers are getting a little close to mine.
Okay.
Please.
Are you safe? That's all I'm asking.
Have a good shift, O'Connor.
Are you safe is what I'm asking. Just say yes or no.
Take care, O'Connor.
Thanks for your step back.
Have a good one, O'Connor.
Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for listening to my instructions. I appreciate it.
This was undoubtedly one of the worst police interactions ever caught on camera. The auditor eventually stepped back, but returned the next day to file a formal complaint against the officers involved. As of now, there have been no updates regarding the outcome of the complaint. Now, while this was painful to watch, these next cops had no clue that they were being recorded while they did the unthinkable.
Jared, we're about to play a game of manhunt. I'm going to give you a 20-minute head start, and if I see you again, you're going to jail.
In August of 2024, a resident started to record when police officers detained a homeless man outside of the apartment building and then started to question him. The cops had their body cams off and were about to do something bizarre.
Even the guys in the cruise are coming. I won't.
Yeah, well, Gary, I might be taking you to jail right now.
That's what I hear.
Here, give me one reason why I should take you to jail.
And you know who I'm going to see tomorrow?
Okay, hold on. How old are you?
You know who I'm going to see tomorrow?
Gary, you don't care about your kids. Don't play your kids for me. You don't. Because you'd much rather shoot up in a fucking alleyway than be a fucking parents.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. No, you're not. Here, I'm not going to lie to you. You know how many times a day we hear that shit? You won't see me again. Gary, I swear to God.
Jared, I guarantee I'll bet $100 on my paycheck. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
See me in the morning.
Pick up that needle crap.
I'm going to see you tomorrow.
After 3 o'clock tomorrow.
See? 3 o'clock.
I got to get my bags to my brother's house.
The officers were dealing with the guy quite casually, and it was clear that they knew him pretty well.
What's the address of the scene? It's 289 across the street.
Yeah. Why are you talking to me?
Oh, put it in the trash.
Yeah, so someone else can get jacked while you're discussing the shit.
It's not mine. I swear to God, that one was not mine.
Here, you leave fruit carefully.
Sorry,
you can't let your kids eat homework right now, not shooting up in a fucking dumpster. You love your kids, you wouldn't be away right now.
Garrett, Manchester ain't. I know.
You're not doing well here. So you should never come back.
I'm not.
You should go back to Rochester.
I'm going to.
Good. Don't come back here.
You're gonna get Laconian, you promise?
Instead of arresting him or issuing a ticket, the officers decided to play a little game, one that will leave you absolutely stunned.
Listen, I won't take you to jail if you can find it at the infections. Right there.
Oh, Garrett, your foot,
Left foot, left foot, your foot, right there. Oh, corner cold. Fine, flare.
Oh, there we go. Shoelace Express. Down here.
If I see you again tonight, you're being arrested. So you better hide somewhere.
Honestly,
that's not hide. Jared, we're about to play a game of manhunt. I'm going to give you a 20-minute head start, and if I see you again, you're going to jail.
1 Mississippi.
2, we won't look.
Away from you. 2 Mississippi.
We're not going to look. 4, start counting. 5 Mississippi.
Oh!
6
Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
It was surely bizarre to see the officers treat the law as a joke and play this game with this poor man. Everything was going fine with them until one of them realized that they were being recorded.
Say right here now, here we come. Right here now, here we come. Think about this for a second. Imagine. It's unbelievable.
Dude, well, he's like swan in the alley. We're like,
dude, no, we drive by and he goes like this. He goes. Imagine. Take shit outside of your window every day. Imagine. Hey, folks. That'd be unbelievable. Sorry, someone was trying to poop on the side of your building.
It happens.
Yeah. We're just trying to get it to stop.
The counting was a little weird.
We were giving him a head start before we find him and arrest him.
Yeah, but making it a game was kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
If you think this cop was corrupt, you'll be shocked to see how this next tyrant reacted to accountability.
You claim to defend women, and I feel like now you're harassing me.
A badge and a gun do not grant extra rights or privileges, but some corrupt cops fail to understand that as they resort to intimidation and scare tactics. But today, we will dive into cases where these dirty officers messed with the wrong person and quickly learn their lesson. First Amendment auditor Leroy from the Leroy Truth Investigation channel took a bold step by visiting the Union City Police Department record room to investigate corruption allegations regarding how pistol permits are issued. However, he had no clue how this would trigger the corrupt sergeant.
Union City, New Jersey, and I have some important questions to ask the nepotism sergeant named Michelle Zerone Piccini, who is the wife of Beta Butt Boy Anthony Piccini.
Tina, are you protecting the women? Hey, get off me! I knew you were gonna do that. You knew I was gonna do that when you assault me? Hey, I knew that.
When I ask some questions, when they do gun permits, she is meeting with people and apparently determining gun permits initially and then telling her hubby, hey, allow this person to gun permit, not this person. They're in collusion with this, allegedly.
Hey, I got some questions for Michelle Zerone there. Can I ask her? I need to ask her some questions.
Oh, hey there.
Ask some questions. Good you got your body cam on for that. And some questions about, number one, the gun permit situation.
Leroy went out to investigate Michelle Zerone, the nepotism officer, and how she handled pistol permits. What unfolded next is quite interesting.
Now, you're married to Chief Piccini, and is that correct?
Do you want a gun application form on how to do it?
Well, I want to know what kind of collusion.
But this is absolutely work related. I want to know if you're in collusion with your husband on who to give permits to, or who. Hold on, I'm not done talking. Who to give gun permits to, and who to deny gun permits to.
You claim to defend women, and I feel like now you're harassing me.
Oh, so now you're a sergeant, police sergeant, and you just said because you're a woman, you're a police sergeant. I don't look at you as a woman or a man. I look at you as a police sergeant.
Is it anything work related?
So listen, she just pulled female harassment because I'm asking her a question of nepotism and possible collusion between her and her husband when it comes to gun permits.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You can try and apply and see how it works.
I already have people.
It goes through the state police.
No, I don't need it.
As soon as Leroy began speaking with Michelle, she wasted no time in playing the card and shifted the conversation right from the start.
I don't want it. I already have people who have told me, and they're alleging that you're in collusion with your husband, Chief Anthony Ficini. This is Sergeant Michelle Zerone Ficini. That you're in collusion with him, and you decide who's going to get them and who doesn't together, which is a major conflict of interest.
You say so. So here's the application. If that's how you feel, you can try doing it.
It's not a matter how I feel. I already have people coming to me that says that you have been illegally denying them gun permits. Yeah, number two, about, and was it Detective Contrast that, did you kick her out like you did George Haber?
There's no Detective Contreras here.
All right, so what was her name? The woman that had an argument with you and you got really upset and you told your husband to remove her from the record room?
You are talking about, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was someone in the record room here that I was told was just that you just had removed because you had a mean girls fight with them.
Despite being the sergeant, Michelle simply walked away and avoided any responsibility for handling the situation.
Is there anything else that can help you?
Well, that's my question.
Okay, then that's not work related.
Of course it's work related. It's someone who is in this office working with you. So can you believe? Then she walks away, and she's a coward like her husband. And can you believe that she said, "Oh, I'm here to, I say I want to protect women, but I'm harassing a woman." She's a sergeant in the police department. Whether she's a man or a woman is irrelevant. That was really dumb what she just did. Because yes, I do protect women. Obviously she doesn't, because she would be curious about the 3 women who were sexually assaulted in the Department of Parks. And that Brian Stack is allegedly having Alicia Morahone retaliated against them. And allegedly Brian Stack told Esther Suarez, the Hudson County prosecutor, to kill the investigation against Raul Janal, the man who is accused of sexually assaulting the 3 women who work in the Department of Parks.
When things don't go your way or your authority is questioned, just call in an army of police officers. And that is exactly what Sergeant Michelle did.
Women, obviously, I do. And then she just pulled this out of thin air. Disgusting. She needs to go. Chief Ficini needs to resign. Sergeant Michelle Zerone Ficini needs to resign. The corruption here is so deep. And of course, Mayor Brian Stack needs to resign and be in federal prison. They called you up to babysit? Did they call you up? Hey, oh, hey, hello. Hey, good to see you. Did they call you up here?
I don't know what's going on.
She just accused me of harassing her as a female. I had a question for her, and she says, "Oh, you say you support women. You're harassing a female. No, you're a police officer. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I'm asking you questions as part of your duty." Hey, did they call the whole gang up here now? Hey.
I don't know. That's how you doing, all right?
Good.
Sergeant Michelle displayed classic criminal behavior and mentality, claiming that Leroy harassed her when he only questioned her about her wrongdoing.
It's not work related. It's more harassment. So if it's anything having to do with the record,
what a liar.
I will help him. But if he's gonna come here and harass me, then
That's not harassment.
Okay.
Sergeant.
Is it about them? Is it about business?
Absolutely, it's about business. Of course it is. I'm an investigative journalist, and so I'm not going to get into it with you, but I have very, very important questions. I needed answers as to that there's allegations that her and Ficini, they collude. Ficini, let me see this logo, you all see this video, that her and Ficini are in collusion to deny certain people gun permits and to give other people gun permits. So there's an absolutely relevant business here. And for her to claim harassment is disgusting. I mean, it's just absolutely off the wall.
Neither of those public servants have any business determining who is eligible for a weapons permit. They don't have any authority to disregard your fundamental rights.
And she's trying to play this harassment card now. So that shows me she's hiding things, obviously. Otherwise, she would have just answered. She could say, "Hey, this never happened." Even though I've had a number of people come to me and say that they've been unlawfully denied gun permits because of the collusion and conflict of interest between Sergeant Zerone Ficini and Chief Ficini.
So
they
they
do it
feel
together.
that for some apparent reason, their applications aren't getting the attention that they deserve?
Yeah, because they're in collusion with each other. In other words, there's a conflict of interest. You can't have Michelle Zerone.
You out as far as like with it in a specific case, as far as like who got denied, that's upset?
No, I already have people that have come to me.
Okay.
So I didn't even get to ask her those questions. But I appreciate each of you, as always, are professional. And
yeah, we just want to.
But she's literally lying right now. I have her on camera before.
Fortunately, the officers that Michelle called had a better grasp of the law.
It caused this to have 4 officers who are, again, professional. Again, you got to come up here if you're called.
but she's literally lying, and obviously there's a cover-up going on here because of her reaction. So, no.
Can you speak to any other girls?
No, I'm going to honor you because I believe the office is just closed, so I'm going to honor that. So, I was done. I mean, I was leaving, but when I saw you all here,
And if you want to, next time, there's other girls there that can help you out.
well, but
And
she's
they're competent, they're really good.
all right, but she's the one who has the answers because she's the one accused of corruption. So I'm not going to ask someone else in there about her corruption. I'm going to ask her.
She might be in her feeling,
She's not, you're not Phoenix police, she's not Phoenix police. She's a public official, and I have a right to ask her as an investigative journalist. Yeah. I have no issue with you.
But, whatever you need.
Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your night. Yeah, you too.
The officers actually listened to Leroy and backed him up on his point. Soon they left without causing any scene or trouble for Leroy, as they knew that Michelle was in the wrong. Now, if you think this cop was corrupt, watch the actions of these next tyrants. On January 21st, 2025, officers from the Riverside Police Department entered a residence looking for someone they wanted to question. Upon realizing the person was not there, they began to overstep their boundaries and mess around. The cops probably didn't figure out that there was a hidden camera watching them do everything. As some of the cops played with the parked bikes, one of them came and started taking pictures of the backyard. Suddenly, an officer spotted a skateboard and decided to show his colleagues some of his skills.
Doing all these. Keep it simple, dog. Keep it simple. Nope. Oh, I'm not bad at here. I'll take my doing all these. Oh, what? What do you think? I don't want to do all that shit. Put in the grass.
Now, this seemed harmless at first, but things took a turn when another officer attempted to use a skateboard, only to realize that he wasn't cut out for it.
Number one, the lazy guy. That checks out. I just was a rollerblade guy in lunch. I was a blader. I was more of like a TV person. I get away with it. So maybe it's 10. I don't know.
The cops were joking around, attempting some tricks when they decided to call it a day and head back. However, something shocking was about to happen.
I'm just going to ask him. I'm going to take to let me in by the house right there with that fancy park function. Okay. Little uneasy, boy. You do? No. Doing easy. Okay. I'm loose in that bad boy. Yeah, it looks like. Try to crack it right in the middle. Rub it, boy. Smash it.
Just when they were about to leave, one of the corrupt cops thought of something and went over to do the unthinkable. Without any reason, he broke the skateboard in half, destroying someone's property without even having a warrant to enter their house. The identities of the officers involved in this misconduct remain unclear, but the investigation is ongoing and these corrupt individuals will soon be brought to justice. Now, these officers are yet to be caught, but this next auditor made sure to give out a solid statement against these corrupt cops.
Sir, can I get your name and badge number, please?
It's right on my shirt.
Your name's right on your shirt?
Yep.
In April of 2024, First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to peacefully protest against Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder, and he came up with quite an interesting idea.
All right, fellow patriots, so I went ahead and rented a billboard truck for 8 hours to expose the Nassau County Police Department, and in particular the Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Psycho Ryder. He has recently been seen at press conferences with Donald Trump. He's been all over Fox News. My sources from inside the department tell me that he wants to get involved in politics, possibly the federal government. So we're going to make sure that the world knows exactly who he is. Police brutality, official misconduct here. We have graphs from the asset forfeiture program. Just going to keep filtering through all these different pictures here. It's three-sided. I'm not going to be revealing.
After being wrongfully detained several times by Patrick Ryder, Sean took his battle to the street by renting a billboard truck and parking it right in Ryder's neighborhood.
Have ID on you?
I do not.
Any pockets?
I do not have any identification on me. I don't give identification unless I've been suspected of committing a crime, Officer
Well, I'm
Poulos.
asking you for your identification.
And I'm going to respectfully decline that request. I'm peacefully protesting. What does it look like? Do you see? Peacefully protesting. See the billboard truck?
Billboard truck?
Yeah, you see it? With all the different signs that's going to be on there?
That's going to be on there? It looks like there's nothing on there right now.
Well, yeah, he's changing the settings right now, but yeah. It's a peaceful protest against the Nassau County Police Commissioner, Patrick Ryder.
You have a permit for that protest?
I don't need a permit. I don't need a permit. I'm not using any megaphones or doing anything of that nature.
You got a huge screen here.
Right.
Is that necessary?
Yeah, it's 100% necessary. I'm going to be out for 8 hours. I'm going to be here for a while, then I'm going to drive around.
Moments later, Officer Poulos arrived and demanded Sean's identification, but Sean straight up refused since he had done nothing wrong.
Look, he hired 17
Stop recording.
Stop.
17
I'm asking
former. You to stop recording. I'm asking you for your identification.
No, you're not getting my identification.
Over there?
Okay. You're not. Just stay in the truck. You're not getting any identification, and I'm not going to stop recording. Period. That's it.
So you just have to be difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I'm exercising my rights. You took an oath to uphold those rights.
I am.
So you should. You didn't take an oath to protect the...
I'm asking you for your identification.
And I'm telling you no. It's my Fourth Amendment right not to identify myself to law enforcement.
Okay.
You know who I am.
So for my safety, I'm going to pat you down, all right?
I don't consent to any searches or seizures. So you do what you do.
I'm not searching you. I'm going to pat you down to make sure you don't have any weapons.
I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
That's fine. All right? You got anything else on you?
Asking for ID, ordering him to stop recording, controlling where he stands, and patting him down without his permission, this cop is everything that is wrong with policing.
Stay on the sidewalk.
I'm going on that sidewalk.
No. Just stay on that sidewalk.
I'm going to go on that sidewalk, sir.
You're not going to go on that
yes,
sidewalk.
I am.
Just stay on that sidewalk for right now. I'm asking you. Am
I being detained?
No. I'm asking you to cooperate with me. Why
I don't
do
want
you have to...
Because, sir, I'm a free American. I can do what I want.
You're in the roadway right now.
I can do what I want. I want to get this. I want to get this.
That's actually an issue.
I want to get this officer's name and badge number. I'm allowed to cross the street.
He will come over to you.
This officer came in here and he was very aggressive. Driving down like if this was some sort of emergency. A man peacefully protesting. No lights and sirens, coming in, extremely high speed. Do you see the Nassau County Police Department? I want you to stop recording. Why can't you just listen to us and cooperate. Let us violate your constitutional rights. So we have an undercover plainclothes unit here.
The police commissioner messed with the wrong guy. He thought he would scare Sean off, but all he did was make him more determined to expose the truth.
Hey Sarge, why are you touching the vehicle? Another intimidation tactic, ladies and gentlemen, walking around our big, beautiful truck here. I promise it looks very clear in person. But just intimidation tactics here by the law enforcement officers and the goons of Patrick Psycho Rider. So we are in the billboard truck right now, driving around the neighborhood of Patrick Psycho Rider, just to, there he is right there. He's getting in his truck. That's his truck right there. You can see he just got in his SUV right there. He was waiting for us to leave. Interesting. Very interesting. He's finally getting to work. What time is it now? It is 12:30. We've been out here since 9 a.m. and Patrick Ryder hasn't been to work. He's that terrified of a camera.
Sean made a legendary move and drove the billboard truck around town, educating the Nassau County citizens and Ryder's neighbors.
Patrick Ryder shouldn't be the police commissioner if he was arrested for perjury, misconduct, official misconduct, and police brutality. She said it, a resident. He shouldn't be the police commissioner then, but he is. And that's the sad part, he is. And a disgraced county executive, Ed Mangano, who's in federal prison right now, is the person who appointed him to that position.
Next, this motorist completely takes this clueless cop to the cleaners.
I did not break the law.
All right, can I see your license, registration, insurance?
Okay, what is your cause for pulling me over and asking for my information?
There is no shortage of cops who lack basic knowledge of the law and end up getting schooled by individuals. Today, we'll look at cases where these clueless officers messed with the wrong person and quickly found out. In August of 2019, an individual was riding his motorcycle in Ramona, California when a state trooper pulled him over for a particularly absurd reason.
Man, you can't be passing on the right like that, dude. You want to split lanes, but you can't pass on the right.
Does it say that in the statute?
Statute of what?
For lane splitting, lane sharing.
Yeah, you can't pass on the right, bro. It's
okay. Does it say that in the lane sharing statute?
I don't know what the lane sharing statute is.
So the rules governing.
There's not 2 lanes. So if there's 2 lanes, so let's just say.
I'm gonna reach for my phone. Don't get. Hey, come here for a second. This is the DMV website. California law does not allow or prohibit motorcycles from passing other vehicles proceeding in the same direction within the same lane. Within the same lane. Has nothing to do with 2 lanes. I was within the same lane. Yeah, I wasn't past the white line.
All right, I'm not gonna argue, man. Can you read that again? I'm sorry.
Sure. Well, here, you read it right there. California law does not allow or prohibit, that means I'm allowed to do it, from passing other vehicles proceeding in the same direction within the same lane, a practice often called lane splitting, lane sharing, or filtering. Lane sharing.
Trooper Parody had no idea that he was dealing with someone well versed in statutes and the law. Shockingly, instead of admitting his mistake and letting the motorcyclist go, he escalated the situation further.
Can I see your license, registration, insurance?
Okay, what is your cause for pulling me over and asking for my information?
Man, unsafe passing within the lane, dude.
No, I'm just showing you the law.
Bro, listen to me. I'm not here to argue with you. I just need your license, registration, insurance. Okay?
Okay, and I'm asking you for what purpose?
I just told you, because you're passing vehicles within the same lane on the right.
That's allowed.
Safe passing on the right. I'm not talking about lane splitting. You're not splitting lanes. You're passing vehicles on the right.
Okay, this literally just says lane sharing.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about splitting lanes on the right. You're not allowed to pass vehicles on the right.
The California's lane splitting laws clearly indicated that he had not committed a crime and was not obliged to hand over his document, but something about this learning had hurt the officer's ego.
In order for you to ask me for that information, I have to have broken the law, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great, thank you, great, okay, this is being recorded. So, if I have to provide you my information, I want to know what law I broke, because I clearly just showed to you. This is from the California DMV. Oh. You are misinterpreting and misunderstanding the law, man.
There's also a law that says you cannot pass unsafely on the right.
Okay, so I have this on tape. Show me where I passed unsafely.
I will. Let me see your license, registration, and...
So, again, what law did I break?
Let me explain it to you, okay?
You're going to explain it different than the law.
You know the law.
No, I can read English.
Okay. All right, well, I can too. So let me explain my interpretation of lane splitting.
Okay, your interpretation as opposed to facts.
Okay. Facts, lanes, whatever you want to call it, man. Let me explain to you what I consider lane splitting. If you've got 2 lanes or more, all right?
Which doesn't say here, right?
If you've got 2 lanes or more, okay, in one direction, and you go in between the lanes, whether you're in the lane to the right or the left.
Parody was adamant that the motorcyclist had broken the law, and what should have ended long ago was about to turn into a long and meaningless altercation.
The thing is, right, and where you're wrong, okay, that's your interpretation of it. That's not what the black and white says. And look, take your glasses off and I'm gonna get off my bike, is that all right? Within the same lane, it has nothing to do with 2 lanes.
Lane splitting though, we're not talking about lane splitting here.
Hey, I'm talking about what the law says.
But you're looking at this as lane splitting. There's no 2 lanes to split, my man. You understand that? There are no 2 lanes to be splitting here.
Okay, so show me right there where it says it has to be 2 lanes.
Bro, are you splitting lanes?
I'm sharing. Hold on.
Sharing the lane.
Yes, look, right there as it says, lane sharing.
Right.
Sharing.
While you're splitting lanes.
No.
Bro, you're looking at the DMV web. There's vehicle code. Okay.
Okay.
Vehicle code. Let me look it up and I'll explain it to you better.
Okay.
How's that sound, man?
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you look it up? I got time. I'm my own boss. All right. Why don't you look it up? And if I broke the law, not your interpretation of it, if you need to get a sergeant or somebody else here, do so. I'll gladly hand you my information.
Realizing he was getting nowhere with his limited understanding of the law, the trooper asked for time to review it and called his sergeant for backup. Meanwhile, the motorcyclist continued schooling him.
Hey, here's some more clarification for you, okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to touch it. All right, AB 51, into law, which define lane splitting as driving a motorcycle as 2 wheels in contact with the ground between rows of stopped or moving vehicles in the same lane. Doesn't matter. I can be in the same lane as long as did you see me over the white line at all?
On the shoulder, no.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly, yeah. Hey, so, dude, I'm reading the vehicle code.
Hold on. Yep. AB 51, which
I'm reading the vehicle code, man. So, first of all, before we even get there, man, my intention of stopping you was because it was for safety issues, right? I mean, you're passing cars on the right. If a vehicle had to slam on the brakes and turn right and they hit you, whatever. Just like you're splitting lanes, right?
Yep. While speaking with his sergeant on the phone, Parody was instructed not to issue a ticket and to end the stop. However, even this didn't stop the officer from continuing his attempts at intimidation.
But reading the law, it is not clearly stated as far as whether or not you could be passing on the right in 1 lane or 2. All right, so I just called my supervisor, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I don't know anything about that because I never write it because it's not clearly written in law."
Sure.
Right? Well, it's not.
No, except it is.
Well, except it doesn't clarify whether or not you're allowed to pass. Well, it says in the same lane, but lane splitting. Well, just hear me out.
Go ahead.
Lane splitting in my interpretation, okay? Lane splitting is you got 2 or more lanes in the same direction and you're going in between the lanes, right? But the law says within 2 or more rows of traffic in the same lane.
The trooper began blaming the statutes, claiming that they were unclear. At this point, he seemed willing to do anything to avoid admitting he was wrong and letting the individual go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, both of you, right? In order for you to ask me for my ID, I have to have committed a crime, correct? You can't just walk up, hold on, let's answer this right. You can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Give me your ID," right? We don't live in a police state. You guys are meant to enforce the law.
Okay.
So I have to have committed a crime in order for you to give me your ID, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the first thing. That's why I'm arguing. I don't want to argue with you about, whether I have to give you my ID, because I know I don't have to. So and I'm going to use this term because that's what it is, and it's not a negative infliction upon you or anybody else. There's a difference between stupidity and ignorance. I'm ignorant of a great many things. I'm not a brain surgeon, so I don't know anything about it. But ignorance of this specific statute as it applies in California, it says same lane. I know what you're saying. That's what the general public thinks. It is poorly written. They tried to do something about it. The CHP had guidelines on it that were removed because people had questions and didn't understand what the law actually says.
Yeah.
The individual turned out to be an active duty Navy officer with an impressive command of California law, an example that every citizen could learn from.
My intention was never to actually give you a ticket.
Then why did you ask me for my registration and insurance?
Because I have to document all my contacts. Okay, I have to document my contacts.
If I broke the law?
Well,
you have my info. It's right there on my plate.
So you're not getting a ticket, but initially my interpretation was that you were breaking the law, but you're not getting a ticket. All I'm asking is for your identification so I can record my stop with you.
Oh, you've got a recording of it.
All right, man.
You've got a dash cam.
Whatever,
no,
bro.
what do you mean whatever?
It's all good. You don't have. It's all good.
You're right. I don't. So I'm asking you though. Did I break the law today? Yes or no?
Yeah. Like I just explained to you. Originally, my interpretation was yes, you did. But now I'm reading the section, and it's not clearly stated.
The situation had become almost comical, as the trooper, despite acknowledging that no law was broken, still refused to let the motorcyclist go.
I know you guys got a job to do, but this is frustration. He clearly read it. I haven't violated the law. I've got it on camera. Hey, you guys have a tough job, trust me, I get it. I'm getting some chapstick. You said yourself it's hot, okay? Come on.
So we understand, my probable cause to stop you is because you were passing vehicles on the right.
Right, uh-huh.
All right.
Which is not against the law.
Trooper Parady's behavior exemplifies exactly how a law enforcement officer should not operate. He hid behind the guise of public safety while completely disregarding the law.
Yeah.
I'm simply asking you if you have a license. You say, yes, you do in another state, but you can't provide that information to me.
Again, tell me what law I broke that caused this stop to begin with.
I just did, sir. I just did.
No.
And now I'm asking for some identification. And you say that you have a license, but you don't want to provide that information.
Sure. If you pulled me over for a valid stop, which right now we've already established this isn't a valid stop. You went back.
The stop is valid, man. It's a valid stop.
No, it's not.
It's a valid stop.
You just
You're
said
passing cars on the right.
Yes, that's not against the law.
On the right.
It's not against the law.
Hey, in my opinion, it's unsafe passing vehicles on the right, whether it's lane splitting or not. You're not getting a ticket for that. All I'm asking for is for some ID.
The trooper surely needs a reality check, and someone should tell him that the law doesn't work according to his opinion. Shortly after, 4 officers surrounded the motorcyclist, and it is still unknown what law he broke.
I'm just telling you what I got right now. Right now I have you're riding a motorcycle.
Yep.
And you don't have a license in California.
Yep.
So is the vehicle going to get towed, or are you going to provide me with your information?
I'll tell you what, if you want to tow it, then we can end up in court. Okay. That's fine. Go for it. Get a supervisor here, get somebody else here. I'll call my lawyer. Right. Because you're not, you already know who I am. What information do you want? Well, hey.
All you do is show me your license, man.
No, I don't. I don't have to show you my license. What crime did I commit? What crime did I commit?
We're done here, brother.
Great, so 4 officers, all these resources for a crime that never got committed. And you learned something. Hey man, you guys stay safe, have a good day.
After going back and forth for almost 30 minutes, the trooper did something which he should have done instantly, letting the Navy guy go without any trouble. Shockingly, to avenge on this humbling, the officer ended up contacting his command officer and told him about the incident. Talk about being petty. Now, while this arrogant cop was left humiliated, this woman officer also had plenty to learn.
Did you learn anything today, ma'am?
I learned a lot today.
Yeah? That's good.
In December of 2020, First Amendment auditor NC Tyrant Hunter was filming outside a private building of Micro Measurements Group when a couple of employees came out trying to intimidate him and stop him from filming the public place.
Who are you?
They were in.
I can't hear you, man.
Who are you?
Just a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything we can help you guys with?
Yeah, I'd like some coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. That'd be great, man. Maybe a bagel or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you come issue and you guys needed help with something.
No, I think we've pretty grown. I think we can take care of ourselves.
All righty.
Yeah. That coffee, I need 5 sugars and 2 creams.
All righty.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Not too good.
The auditor firmly stood his ground, causing the employees to leave the scene. However, they called 911 and a female officer arrived. Unfortunately, she appeared to be just as uninformed about the law as the employees.
What are you out here doing?
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Akins. We don't have badge numbers.
Employee number? ID number?
Officer Akins.
Officer Akins, you got a card?
I can get you one, yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, the manager of this facility pretty much called us. Hi, how are you? They said that y'all aren't supposed to be out here.
Not supposed to be on the side of the road?
Technically, this right here, this is their property.
No, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay.
Okay, get the supervisor, please.
Yes, sir.
Right on.
The auditor called for a supervisor, hoping he would bring some sort of justice. Meanwhile, cops kept ganging up on him, but he refused to stop filming, as per his constitutional right.
That works for me. So the manager here called, said they're out here filming. Technically, this right here is their property. They're asking for a supervisor or captain or somebody. I've let them know that this is still their property, it's private property. They can't be right here, and they wanted a supervisor. They said I was wrong. That's what
Yeah, well, she's fixing to learn something. A free education today. Two people filming on the side of the road. Huh? That's crazy.
It was absurd how many officers responded to such a minor issue. Shortly after, the supervisor arrived and gave the female officer an unforgettable lesson on the law and citizens' rights.
How you guys doing?
What's up?
I'm ready off from last year.
Can I get your name and ID number?
John Slaughter. We don't have ID numbers, so.
I hear
you guys just out here filming?
I see it, man.
Okay.
And she's trying to tell she needs to learn where the damn easement is, man. You're a rookie?
No, she's not a rookie.
There's. Yeah, we don't come out here unless we know what we're doing.
Okay.
You already know. I think you know that, but she knows it now.
It's right at the end of that sign, just the side of it.
Are y'all doing a commercial?
Well, we're doing an investigative story.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And now y'all in it, so.
See where this is washed out like that?
Did you learn anything today, ma'am?
If somebody pulls off
I learned a lot today.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, that's why we do this, for educational purposes.
I guess I need to.
It is. I'm not trying to make you look.
Yeah, you guys go right ahead.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make you look like a fool or anything, but that's why we do what we do.
The female officer had been proven wrong by her own boss, and it didn't take long for her to apologize. It's always great to see these tyrants back off, and this brave auditor had these officers learning a lot.
Yeah, as long as you guys don't block the road.
Nah, we got it, baby. We got it, man. We got all that. You know that.
Last year. Where did we see you at?
I don't think you guys specifically talked to me, but I remember you guys going to town hall and the police department.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. But that's why, you know, I mean, that's what we do. We don't trespass. We don't do anything illegal. And now this gentleman knows. This one, she knows for sure that can't make us move off of a county property.
And even if they paid for it still belongs to the state.
Well, I mean, whatever you guys want to do, this is what y'all enjoy.
Yeah, he knows that, man. He knows that.
That's what y'all want.
He just don't want to make her look bad. That's what he's doing.
Well, no, she called me to come out here and help out.
Because I asked for you. That's why she did. She was about to do something really bad. If I hadn't asked for a supervisor, she would have probably said, "Okay, you're under arrest," and all, the whole nine. But I asked for you specifically, in the hopes that you did know where we was at and we could be right here.
Guys, you guys have a good time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Moving on, watch how this out-of-control police officer was owned and humbled by these citizens.
Please open the door.
I will open it. I have kids. I have kids.
Jericho.
I have kids.
Cops often escalate simple situations unnecessarily, but sometimes they face instant karma and are put back in their place. Today we will dive into cases where corrupt police officers were held accountable after they messed up. On November 3rd, 2024, Idaho Falls police approached a quiet neighborhood looking for a man named Jericho. What started off as a routine inquiry spiraled out of control within seconds.
That better. Oh, hello. Hold on, putting kids to bed. Hold on. Let me turn this on. Hi.
Hi, Angel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey,
That was Jericho. Jericho's inside.
Yeah.
Open the door.
I will.
I'm gonna kick it in
Hold
about
on, just
3.
I have 2 kids in there. Will you
One.
please?
Open the door.
I will open it. I have kids. I have kids.
Jericho.
I have kids.
Jericho.
I have kids. I have kids. Please. I have kids. I will. I have kids.
Why are we still opening doors? It's private property.
I have kids.
Yeah.
I have kids.
Whoa.
Okay, walk
we're
to
good.
us.
We're good.
You're under arrest, Jericho.
That's not Jericho.
I'm not Jericho.
I know.
This
I'm
officer
trying to
just
help
kicked
Jericho.
open the door.
Right? And she had the opportunity to open and she refused.
No, that's not. Where's your
Jericho
warrant?
has a
Where's your warrant? Oh,
Jericho has a warrant.
Hold on.
Get him up
Where
here.
is your paper warrant, officer?
I don't need it. Hey, you know what?
You don't need
You're
it?
detained. Come here.
The situation escalated when, even after the woman agreed to open the door, the officer ignored her and violently kicked it open.
And I'm staying out of the way.
Thank you. Then sit down and be quiet.
I'm recording this whole thing though.
Okay? He has a warrant for felon
It doesn't
possession.
matter. Where's your paper?
Come here right now. Do I need to come in there and arrest you in front of your kids?
Hold on, please don't.
Come out here.
Show me the paper
Kyle,
warrant.
stop.
I don't
This is
need
where
a paper warrant.
Please.
He has a warrant, felon in possession of a firearm, which is my gun was out.
I promise.
Do you want to be detained?
Don't do this. Please.
Okay? Knock it off.
Please. Kyle.
Jericho!
Kyle,
Come to the sound of my voice! I need you guys out of here because he's dangerous. I'm going to come in and get you here in a second.
There's no weapons, I promise.
I'm going to come in and get you in a second unless you come to me right
I
now.
promise. There's kids here. They're right.
I know my
Are
law,
your
sir.
kids
Yeah,
right
do
here?
you?
Kyle.
Because there's a felon in here with a warrant.
Kyle. Are the kids right
Okay.
here?
You're going to detain me.
Kyle!
I am going to.
You're holding next to my kids.
No, I'm not. I'm going to detain you because of how you're acting right now.
Jericho's brother-in-law Kyle was defiant and refused to comply with the police. Rather, he took out his phone and started filming his interaction with Officer David Shaner.
Jericho!
I'm recording this all.
Yeah, so are we, dude.
Yep.
Okay, come here. You're bothering me. Come here. You're a safety issue now.
How am I safe?
Come here. Stand up.
I'm not doing anything. Nope. I am not doing absolutely anything. I'll put my hands towards, like, palms together. Can I put my palms together like you're supposed, like you want me to?
Yeah.
I'm not resist. I'm not. No.
Good.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, do you have a vehicle or something I can put the kids in? For what?
Because we're
So
gonna
they're not
get
sitting
gas
there
in
with
this
a guy.
house if he doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Because you guys think it's okay to hang out with felons. They don't want it.
Do you have a vehicle that they...
And you've allowed
Hey,
Where's your warrant?
He's my brother.
do you have a vehicle that they can go into?
So you can step into a
Yes, I
person's
can.
house without a warrant.
Yes, I can.
This is about the kids. Stop.
Okay, it's cold.
You two are about
Stop.
to
You have
talk
Good Lord, dude.
I am not. I'm making it about the kids. He's
So are we.
coming.
He doesn't.
Do you want the keys?
Do you not understand
I'm
that
being
everything
quiet.
was going to
I'm
be
being quiet,
okay
sir.
until you created this problem?
I'm being quiet.
Do you get this?
Hold on.
Or are you that thick that you can't understand
This
it?
is my brother. We have nothing.
Things took a turn for the worse when the cops quickly detained Kyle and took the kids out of the house instead of choosing a calmer approach.
I would like badge numbers and everything from all the
Yeah,
officers.
Kyle, you know what? We'll get to all that. Okay?
I'm not being hyphy with you, sir.
Dude, I want you to stop
Okay.
talking. Okay? I want you to just stop. Okay, hey. Yeah, I get it. We're going to pull up a vehicle so they can sit in there so you guys can all sit in there and not be cold out here.
That's fine.
Okay?
I got pulled over for a blinker and I got...
It's not about you
No,
right
it's
now.
just the way the...
Stop.
Okay.
It's about your kids right now, please.
Here's the thing.
The last couple
Here's the
days
thing.
has just been
I'm going to try to make this easy, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty close to just calling SWAT and filling this house full of gas and breaking all the windows, and I'd rather not do that.
I will get him out.
So-
You go to the alley. I just got home. I will go. Please don't do that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, right?
The cops even went so far as to threaten Kyle for felony harboring after trespassing into their house.
You heard me, right?
Like I don't want you to cooperate because, like right now,
I 100%
because of
will.
what happened with the door and you not opening the door, I can take you right now for felony harboring.
I'm not
Okay?
gonna do anything.
I would rather you cooperate
100%.
get him out of here.
Sound my voice now.
So let me talk to him.
Yeah.
You only give me so many chances.
Angel, come with me.
It's okay, bud. It's okay. Hold on.
Do we have eyes on him anyway?
It's okay, guys.
McLean
It's
saw him
okay.
go into a
It's
bathroom, and then the light went out.
Jericho! This is the Idaho Falls Police Department. You are under arrest. Here's what's going to happen. This is your sister's house. If you do not give yourself up, we are going to break every window in this house. We are going to fill this house with gas. We are going to have a dog bite you. Every bad thing you can think of is going to happen is going to happen. So why don't you be a good brother and a man who's not a little coward?
Since this wasn't Jericho's house, the cops had no legal grounds to break in. Their actions were clearly beyond the boundaries of lawful conduct.
There are no weapons in this house, just so you know. So I will go.
He's coming out.
Kyle, it's okay.
We need to see your hands, Jericho.
Okay.
Hands first. Come here. Walk towards. Come here. Walk towards me. Keep your hands where we can see them. Walk towards me. Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep walking.
Okay.
Keep coming. You are under arrest. Keep coming towards me. No, keep coming towards me. Okay, stop. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. On your knees, Jericho. Get on your knees.
I have a bad shoulder.
Get on your knees.
I got a bad shoulder. Hey,
Go down. I'm going to cross. He's going to come in and do cuffs, okay?
hey, please, I got a really bad shoulder.
Jericho showed up moments later and turned himself into the police without any resistance, which raises the question of why the situation escalated so dramatically in the first place.
Put your hands together.
I can't really.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not going to resist. Oh.
Well, you already did that.
Okay. Oh, please.
You gotta bring your hand over, boss.
I can't really with my shoulder. Like, if you guys can double them up.
We got him. We got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hey, sorry.
We're trying to be easy with it.
Yeah, sorry. You guys scared me. Hey, you guys.
You always take responsibility for everything you do, okay? I didn't check in with my probation officer because I was fighting with my girlfriend. And I let my emotions get the best of me, okay? And I have thought the only thing that mattered in life was me being with her. And I love myself enough, okay? And I came here to see my sister and you guys. I didn't handle my stuff, okay? And these are not an issue, okay? The cops aren't bad guys. All right, I love you guys. I'm not dangerous, nothing like that, okay? But I was scared. And you gotta always handle what your responsibility is, okay, guys?
Hey, Serge, can you allow him to hug his sister at least?
As if the situation hadn't already escalated, the officer began talking to the children, making the scene even more uncomfortable.
Sorry about the scary night, fellas. You guys okay? All right, so my name's Sergeant Shaner, and we got word that your uncle was here, or not your uncle, Angel's brother. Okay, Angel's brother has a warrant out for his arrest. You know what that means? That means somewhere a judge signed a thing saying, hey, Jericho's not allowed to be walking around. He has to answer for crimes that he's committed in the past. The crime that the warrant was for is called felon in possession of a firearm. There's certain people who can't own guns because they've committed certain crimes, okay? That's Jericho at this point. That doesn't mean he's a bad man. It just means that he did something at some point that disqualified him from having a gun.
At some point, which is a long time.
Sure, right.
Just so we know, there's no guns here. There are not. Okay.
You guys good? You guys tracking with me right now?
It's almost like a criminal calmly taking pictures of the crime he committed, as the officer sat down with the children to talk after kicking in and causing a scene like that.
I don't know if Jericho has a gun or doesn't, but I have to assume that he does, for safety reasons, right? Well, when I come up here, I don't need to have a warrant to come into this house because Jericho's in here and he has a warrant. So when Angel comes out to talk to me and I see Jericho shut the door and I say, hey, open the door, because I don't know what Jericho's doing and I have to assume the worst, which in some cases means the bad guy's going to get a gun and he's going to shoot me or he's going to take you guys hostage. I'm not saying this is what happened, obviously, or what could happen, but worst case scenario. So I have to be able to see the guy. I have to be able to see Jericho.
And follow the
all right.
rules.
And because Angel wouldn't open the door, I kicked the door open.
Now, it's one thing to talk to kids like that, but lying to them about their mother? This corrupt cop had no boundaries.
I want a peaceful resolution. So when I kick the door and your dad jumps up with his phone and starts freaking out and yelling and talking about rights and all these things because he doesn't understand, he becomes part of the problem. That's why your dad is in handcuffs right now. Doesn't mean your dad's going to jail, doesn't mean he's under arrest. He was part of the problem. I had to take him out of the problem. Does that make sense? Yeah, what's up?
Just detain me?
Detain?
It's not the same as arrest. It means that you're just kind of like holding. You just kind of got us. It's like timeout. That's a great example. Okay, it's just kind of a timeout. Like you're not allowed to do anything unless I say you can do it.
Even if Jericho was wrong, these officers had no legal right to barge into his sister's house like that. Their actions were a clear abuse of power since they had an arrest warrant, not a search warrant. This cop tried to cover it up, but the next twist is something that you won't see coming.
Well, I have another journalist that's filming debiting credit card information and personal information for customers, which they're not allowed to do as postal inspectors.
You are lying.
A First Amendment auditor arrived at the U.S. Post Office in Glassboro, only to be greeted by a rude employee. But wait until you hear what the postmaster had to say when the auditor complained.
Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, I'm Tom. I'm the postmaster here.
You're Tom?
Yeah.
Tom Lyon, right?
Yeah, close, but that's okay. Lions, yeah.
Tom Lyons, and you're the postmaster here? Yeah. I want to address a couple things with you. First, a gentleman was really rude to me. He wouldn't give me his name, and he wasn't wearing a name tag.
Okay.
Aren't you? It's not required by post office regulations for you to have a name tag. Even contractors are supposed to have a name tag that are contracted with the post office.
No, but what's not allowed is you filming in a lobby where people have packages and their addresses and their credit card information. So you're more than welcome to film. You're not.
I'm not filming any credit card information or any packages. You're saying something that you don't even know that happened. You don't know.
So
you don't know, sir.
I do, because you're filming in a lobby, right?
Yeah, correct.
So let's just talk about it. And I'm all for you doing whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm not contesting you. I'm just challenging where you're filming.
Despite the fact that the post office is public property, the postmaster didn't go back and started telling him that filming was not allowed.
Okay. So you're not allowed to film in this section where people have addresses exposed with their return address or the address exposed to where they're sending their package to. Nor are you allowed to film at the counter where they're taking their debit or credit card out and they're using that debit or credit card into the machine.
So what makes you think that, what makes you think that I'm filming anybody's personal address or any credit card information? What leads you to suspect that?
Because you're filming, period.
Because I'm filming, period?
Yeah.
That means that I'm
filming, period, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're filming, period, that means that you now have the ability to freeze that frame and focus in or zoom in on the address to or from for that specific package.
But you wouldn't know if I caught that to film it. Just another quick question for you.
Until I looked at the film, and then obviously I'm not going to share that. But
exactly. So
the auditor took advantage of the opportunity to school the postmaster on the rules regarding the post office.
So just another quick question for you. So, I noticed that you guys don't have the Poster 7 rules and regulations of the post office anywhere, posted anywhere here in your lobby. And
what's that? Poster what?
Poster 7 rules and it's the rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property.
Okay.
So if you would have had that posted here, I would have been able to show it to you. Maybe you can pull it up on your computers because you are supposed to have it. I will be contacting I will be contacting the inspector's office.
That's fine.
And letting them know that you're not in compliance because they're the rules and regulations governing conduct on the postal property. Okay. So as the postmaster, you should be very well aware of those rules, and you should have them posted freely for everyone to see. Every post office I've ever been to has them posted. This is the first post office that I've seen that doesn't have it posted. And you were let know this, and you were made aware of this before when another journalist came in here and they were asking you about Poster 7, and you were very sure.
It turns out that the auditor had previously approached the postmaster about not displaying Poster 7, but his lack of legal rules only highlighted the bigger issue.
What happened to that journalist?
They were arrested because you lied. You lied. Because you made false statements against the journalist, sir.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why they were arrested.
So they arrested the journalist for my false statements.
Correct. That's exactly what happened.
Did
because
you get the police report?
You said, yes, I do. You said that you said that she was creating a disturbance, sir.
She was. Were you here?
So I saw the video, sir. And so she's doing exactly what I was doing. So am I creating a disturbance?
False. She's not doing exactly what you were doing.
Exactly.
Because now you've decided to come out of the lobby area, and you've decided to take your filming over to the box section area where there is no expectation of a package or address, and there is no credit or debit card information that's personal to people and citizens of the United States. So, what you're doing is completely different than
This postmaster clearly has no clue about the rules and policies of the post office. He is ignorant of the regulations, and he is obviously unaware of the very regulations that he is supposed to uphold.
And I'm going to continue to film as I'm gathering content, and I'm going to conduct business.
Over there. You can film over here.
Sir, I can film anywhere in the public. If you print out, if you print,
listen, it's very simple.
If you print,
it's not an argument. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you
Okay,
either.
so here's
Why would I
what
argue with somebody who doesn't know the rules and regulations of the post office, sir?
I'm just going to give you some simple rules and instructions.
Yeah, I don't need your rules, so I'm gonna go ahead and step away. You should have your rules posted if you want people to abide by the rules. You should have the rules posted.
This isn't my first rodeo.
What petty move this postmaster makes next will literally shock you.
I have another journalist that's filming debit and credit card information and personal information for customers, which they're not allowed to do as per the postal inspectors.
You are lying.
So
you are
kind enough to
lying.
send somebody down, please.
You are lying. Don't tell me to shush. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell me to shush? Who are you? Hey, hey,
have some respect.
Hey, mind your business and don't tell me what to do and don't shush me. Don't shush me. Mind your business, man. Yeah, you show me a little bit of courtesy first, and I'll show courtesy. Yeah, and so do I. And so do I. And so do
So
I.
he can say shush. Right?
Unprofessional.
Okay,
It's
so
unprofessional.
Then it's unprofessional both ways,
I never told him to shush. I never told you to
You just
shush.
told him to shut your mouth. Who is he?
Yeah,
That's what you just
because
said.
because of what he told me. Of course, he has no right to. You have no right to shush me.
Respect his phone call.
Respect his phone call in a public place. Come on, man. Why are you involving yourself? Why are you even involving yourself in this?
He tries to retaliate in the most unexpected way by making a false report, which does nothing but demonstrates his lack of professionalism and understanding of basic rules.
So why did you just lie to the police and said that I was filming credit card information when I'm clearly not?
Let me hear some.
So, but why did you just lie to the police, Mr. Lyons? Lion? Like lying, right? So, Mr. Lyons, why did you say that?
Let me hear some.
Yeah, but why did you say that I was filming credit card information to elicit a response?
Were you in the lobby?
Does that mean I wasn't in the lobby when nobody was there? No one's even in the lobby.
Nobody was there at all.
No one was in there at all.
You sure about that?
Yeah, for sure. Nobody with credit card information,
So
for
if we
sure.
got your film up, you're over that side, and nobody's in the lobby whatsoever.
I can guarantee you there's no credit card information
That's not what I
on.
asked. See, now you're changing your answer.
No, that's not what I'm doing. That's
You
not what
said
I'm doing.
Nobody was over there.
I have no credit card.
That's not what I asked.
I have no, but that's what you said.
No, that's not
But
what I
that's
asked.
what you said to the police.
I asked you a question, and you responded
But
to
you
the
said to the police, that I was filming credit card information. You are lying. That is.
When the auditor confronted the postmaster about his lie, he had absolutely nothing to say. Rather than admitting that he lied, he began gaslighting.
I only give over ID when I have committed a crime. So unless you guys have reasonable articulable suspicion, as the law states, that I've committed a crime, I don't provide ID. So there has to be reasonable articulable suspicion. RAS. Okay. Okay, great. I'm glad. Listen, it's not against you personally, officer. It's a lot of officers don't understand that sometimes. There's no crime. He's wasting the resources of the Glassboro Police Department because there's no crime. There's no reason you guys should be here. I'm being reasonable. He's just calling you just to try and flex. Just to try and flex his, whatever power or authority you think you have here, sir. You have none. You are a public servant. Call the inspectors. That's who you should call. Yeah. Yes, you do. You're a federal employee. You're a federal employee. Yes, you are. I don't even know if you guys have jurisdiction here. So, jurisdiction would fall under the Postal Inspector's Office, which is the law enforcement division of the post office here. So, I don't know if you even have jurisdiction. You would need what's called a memorandum of understanding between the United States Post Office and the Glassboro Police Department, and I don't know if you have it. But I would like to speak to a supervisor so I can see if you guys have that first. You're a supervisor. Do you know of any such memo between the post office?
I'm not sure. I don't have one handy. How you doing? You gotta get why.
Sure, sir. I'm sorry. Sorry for blocking your way. Sorry about that. Hey, sir, can I get your name and badge number, please?
Now, what amazes me is how once these corrupt officials realize they're wrong, they refuse to admit it, just like this postmaster. Once he figured out he was in the wrong, he didn't own up to it. Instead, he simply left the scene. The officers realized that the auditor was doing nothing wrong and asked him not to record any personal information, which he was already not doing. Needless to say, the postmaster got owned instantly and was exposed for his his ignorance and inability to handle the situation. Well, that wraps up today's video. We have seen some of the most shocking cases of corrupt cops who used their power for personal gain and mistreated the very people they were supposed to protect. It is crucial that law enforcement agencies continue to root out corruption to ensure that those who are sworn to uphold the law do so with integrity. Now, if you agree, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch how these corrupt cops were sentenced to life in prison.
The fleeing is over. But Kevin Perez didn't care. He doesn't kick once, he doesn't kick twice, he doesn't kick 3 times, he keeps kicking.